Naomi Suzanne from Naomi's Home Health, thyroid and autoimmune expert here, helping you heal your body, feel better, get to the root cause, and educate you on creating new habits for a lifetime. So a lot of the time we talk about where does our thyroid or autoimmune condition stem from, and I get a lot of comments about it being a genetic disorder or either of them being genetics. And that's not actually the case, because there are so many people out there that don't have anybody in their family that have these conditions, or they know when it was triggered. I know I do have a lot of clients at the moment with autoimmune disorders, disease, whatever you want to call, illness, that have stemmed from the COVID vaccine. So I wanted to go over that, because if it was genetic, everybody would be, that's where it would come from. I don't have a single person with any autoimmune disease in my family. So I had Hashimoto's and I had underactive thyroid, hypothyroidism. I'm sorry if I'm looking either way. I've got a couple of phones going here for going live on Instagram and a few Facebook pages. So there would be a genetic test. If it was genetic, there would be a genetic test for it. So when you were like 10, you would get a test and you'd be like, well, you've got the gene that you one day could have this autoimmune disease, or you could have a thyroid issue. Or, you know, everybody would have somebody in their family. What I find with when the medical system or people blame genetics, it means that they can do nothing about it. Basically, it's easy to say, it's genetic, what can I do? This is me forever. And that's how it gets put to you by the medical system, because the medical system is basically, I'm going to medicate you and I'm going to tell you that this is something that you won't heal, and it is something that you're going to have forever, and it's okay to take this medication forever, and you'll be on this medication forever. A lot of people can't take that medication. A lot of people end up sicker from the medication. They start to get more symptoms, or you could be somebody who goes really well on the medication for a period of time, and then bang, one day after maybe 5, 6 years, 10 years, bang, you start to feel really crap and you start to get more and more symptoms. So I think a lot of people, when they get told it's genetic, they can in their mind then go, well, there's nothing I can do about it. So they don't tend to go any further, and they just do the protocols that the doctors give them. The reason this group was started was because there's so many people out there who are not getting any assistance from the medical system. So I was one of those people, and I had a lot of people who, when I started to get really sick, really, really sick, the medication nearly gave me a heart attack. I was in hospital, getting ambulances come to my door at night several times. That medication actually almost killed me. So it's not okay just to sit on medication forever and think that this is going to be saving us. People go, oh, it's just medication, you'll be right. Medication affects your liver. Medication has toxic chemicals and synthetics in it that your body doesn't like. It doesn't understand. Yes, it supports us for a certain period of time, but it doesn't support everybody. It stimulates your adrenals to flood your body with toxic adrenaline, because when your thyroid isn't functioning properly, your adrenals will pick up the pace and they will start to make a blend of adrenaline blend. So it picks up the pace for the low thyroid hormones, the T3 and T4, or high. It depends on if you've got hypo or hyper, whatever it is. So the root cause is actually coming from toxicity in the liver, viral load, pathogens, excess adrenaline, a lot of stuff like that. The reason that your mum or your dad or somebody may have had it, and it's a lot of women. Women mostly have autoimmune disease. We use a lot more toxins than men most of the time. We take on a lot more of the family stress. We do a lot more. We seem to have a lot more, like we're more emotional a lot of the time, not always, but we take on other people's stuff as well. We are empaths. We are those people in the family. So that can trigger autoimmune, hormonal changes. So your mum might have ended up with an autoimmune disease when she got her menstrual cycle, and you may have as well. And that's why it might be around the same time. You may have, your mum may have passed down toxicity through the womb to you. Like she may have lived near somewhere that sprayed DDT all over the place, or there was like toxic chemicals getting sprayed everywhere, and then it's been passed down through to you. So you can get toxicity passed down through you, but there's not a little gene that says you're going to end up with this condition. It is environmental, it is stress. You may have the same reactions that your family members have. Like you may react in the same way. If you've grown up with a mother who's very reactive and traumatized and she might have had different trauma to you, but the way it has changed her emotional state, her mental state will affect you, because it's how you are then raised by somebody who's been traumatized or whatever. Does any of this make sense? The reason I wanted to go into this is because you don't have to sit back and go, I'm stuck with this forever. This is something that can be healed. If you have your thyroid taken out, it's different, but you can still get your body better. You still can cleanse your liver. You can still reduce your stress. You can still reduce some of the symptoms. Removing a thyroid does not remove the problem. You are not healed. You are not better. You have just removed the symptom. The thyroid is a symptom of what else is going on in your body. A viral load, Epstein-Barr virus that has attacked your liver, and all organs of your body. It's affecting your lymphatic system, your immune system. Your immune system is trying to work really, really hard to fight all of this. So your body, this is where you get the low energy. Your body is working so hard to heal itself, and you're getting low energy from that. This is what autoimmune is as well. Your body is working super, super hard, and this is where you're getting all these different symptoms. You might have skin issues from it because you've got heavy metal toxicity and it's trying to push it out through the skin. So I notice the same type of people end up with autoimmune or thyroid disorders. I can tell you that people with OCD, people who are perfectionists, people who are highly strung, highly reactive, they have low self-worth, they have no self-love, they are stubborn. Some people who are right into fitness, because once you start to get a little bit sick and you think, oh my gosh, I'm starting to gain weight, so you get more into your fitness, that then floods the adrenals. If you are a people pleaser, if you cannot say no to people and you're constantly doing everything for everybody else except yourself, it's so much easier to help others than it is to help yourself. You're helping family. If you're the person that everybody comes to and unloads on in the family, you put yourself last. Those are the types of people. And I can pinpoint you. When I have consultations with people, I'll be like, you're a people pleaser. I can tell straight away. I can tell by the comments in my thyroid group where you are in your healing, what type of person you are, by if you are so closed-minded that you are not open to any other information other than the medical system, you're going to stay sick forever. You are not well because you're taking medication. If your thyroid is shrinking, or you're losing cells, or your autoimmune disease is getting worse, you are unwell. It doesn't matter if you take medication. If you have to take medication, it means you're sick. If the medical system could heal it with medication, if that was good for you, the medication would fix it. If the medication worked, you would take it for 6 weeks or something like that, and then you'd be right, surely. Why would you have to stay on it forever? Why would they change thyroid medication from T4 and T3 to now only T4, so you can stay on it forever? Because that's where the money lies, in you coming back constantly to be medicated. There's no money in you getting better. And you will be told by your doctors, you cannot heal this. Nutrition doesn't matter. The nutrition advice that if they give you any, is completely wrong. I get people tell me all the time, but I eat healthy. What is your idea of healthy? Because your idea of healthy is probably very different to mine. So people tell me all the time, I eat healthy. So they have to write they have to keep a diary of what they eat every single day. They're not to change it. And then I go over that and I'm like, I don't know what you find about this that's healthy. There might be a little bit of salad here and there, or they've thrown a piece of fruit in. But to actually get your body functioning better and to cleanse your liver and to soothe the adrenals. There's a lot of things that we can do. Taking a supplement doesn't mean you're healthy. There is that many shit supplements out there full of toxins, full of chemicals, full of fillers and binders and whatever. Your body's detoxing most of it out. You're putting pressure on your liver. These are the things that, like, I always suggest when someone comes to me, let's look at your supplements. I want to read the ingredients. There's very, very, very few supplements out there that are good quality. I can tell you now. Some of them may make you feel better because you may absorb some of them, but your body will work harder to do that because whatever you put into your body, your liver has to decide what it absorbs and what it eliminates, and then what your gut absorbs and what it doesn't use to send to the rest of your body. So if it's got to work super, super hard, you're going to end up with lower energy again because your body's going, stop putting this crap in my body. I don't understand it. It understands food, natural, healthy, organic foods. It understands that. It understands plant medicine because we share the same DNA as plants. When we put something in our body that has the same DNA, then it's going to accept it a lot better. So when you put a thyroid medication in your body, it's not the same. It is not the same at all as your T3 and T4 thyroid hormone. And most people are only taking T4 anyway. So because your thyroid issue stems from your liver can't detox your T3, or you convert and detox your T3 and T4. So if your liver's not working properly, converting the medication isn't going to work very well either. And your liver is not working properly. I can tell you that right now if you've got an autoimmune or a thyroid issue. So you've got to be open to learning new ideas, to learning from other people who have been there. Like people say it to me all the time. It can't be healed. If this doesn't work, this doesn't happen. Well, then why am I seeing people who have healed? I get people who all the time tell me that their doctor has told them that they will never come off their medication. They've never seen anybody who has come off their medication. They've never seen anybody whose thyroid is better. They've never seen anybody. The reason that doctors don't see this is because people leave the doctor and don't come back because they're goddamn sick of being told that that can't be done. Nutrition doesn't matter. What will herbal medicine do for you? What will meditation do for you? What will stress management do for you? So they go to somebody else and they don't come back to the doctor or that doctor, or they go to another doctor. Like they don't come back and say to them, I'm off my medication. They don't pay a consultation fee just to tell them that they're off their medication. I didn't. And why would I tell someone who told me that it was never going to happen anyway? So I could be looked down upon or whatever. The reason that I am telling you this is because it's not a hopeless ordeal. It's not something that you can just give up on. I want you to be like fighting for yourself. You are your own health advocate. You are the person that can heal your body. And someone like me is a mentor. Somebody like me is a coach. If you go to a doctor, you've got 10 minutes max, sometimes 15 minutes in a consultation. They charge you extra if it's longer. I do an hour minimum, an hour. And I go through past, present, what you're doing, your emotional, physical, mental health. I used to go to the doctor and they go, right, let's look at your blood work, get on the scales, which I'd be like, oh shit, this is going to be bad. And then they'd go, okay, we'll alter your medication, time to go. And I'm like, so what have I learned here? Nothing. They've given me no education. They've given me no tools or practices. So this is why doctors don't believe that you can heal, because people don't go back to them. They are so depressed from what they've been told. You know how many people walk out of my consultation, or I mean, whether they walk out, whether they shut off Zoom, wherever they are in the world, you can see the relief in their body, their shoulders, their face. Everything just goes, when I say to them, I can help you. I know that I can help you feel better. I know what your problem is. I know what the root cause is. That tension just comes out of them because somebody believes them. Somebody believes that they're sick. Somebody believes that they can get better, that they can help them get better. I might not be able to help you heal totally, because everything's up to you. But I know for a fact I can help you feel better. I know I can get your body functioning better. And that's what you want to hear, instead of, this is the end for you. You're going to be on this forever. You can't heal this. Why would you want to go back to somebody who says that to you? It's like, it's not them being honest with you. It's them being lazy, or them sticking to whatever it is they've learned. Because when I've been back to a doctor, for one of my doctors, for something completely different, like a checkup or whatever, nothing to do with the thyroid. And they go, oh, are you still on your thyroid medication? No. Oh, well, I think we should do some labs. Okay, if you want to, but I feel fantastic. Oh, well, it's really dangerous if you don't do labs. So when I was asking for tests, they were telling me it was all in my head. So now I tell them I feel fantastic. They're telling me I need to get blood tests and it's really dangerous. So which is it? Like, you can't win sometimes. And they didn't ask. And then when I said I'm not on a medication, they didn't say, well, how did you do that? Because I've told you before that won't happen. They don't ask me how I did it, so they can then help somebody else. This is the issue that I have with the medical system. It's one way. It's, that whole medication track. I'm not saying don't go to doctors. I'm not saying don't take medication. I'm not saying any of this. But look outside. Start to believe that there is more to this than what you've been told by one person in 15 minutes or whatever it is. Your thyroid cells do renew and regenerate. If you've been told that it doesn't, I don't know what to tell you. It's up to you what you choose to believe. I choose to believe what I can do to, when they were telling me there's nothing you can do about this, I was like, well, I'm going to prove you wrong. I'm that kind of person. But, your cells do regenerate. We are made of cells. We have apoptosis. If you know what apoptosis is, it's cellular death. If your body is not functioning properly, and you have an autoimmune disease and you have all these issues going on in your body, that cell death won't happen as effectively, right? You may not get a lot of cells that with the apoptosis will happen, and cells won't be eliminated from your body. And that's how you get tumors and lumps and nodules and things like that. Cells, our body is made of millions, billions of cells. They divide, they renew, they regenerate. Why is it that if you give your thyroid, your body, the right tools, why is it that the cells in your thyroid could not regenerate? Why is it that they could not get better? I'm not saying that this cell that shrunk, like your thyroid's made up of, loads of cells. I'm not saying that one of the cells that has shrunk can come back to life. It may not. But we are chronically dehydrated if you have an autoimmune disease or thyroid issue. Your liver's not working properly. Your body's not working properly. Maybe if some of those functions picked up a bit, the lymphatic system worked a bit better, maybe the cell would pick up a bit. Or maybe it will be able to die off and you create a new cell. People who have had their thyroid completely removed have had cells grow back. Thyroid function cells grow back. So I've seen it. I know people who've got off medication. I know people whose thyroid cells have regenerated. Mine was shrinking. It was completely inflamed. I had Hashimoto's. So everything in here was a thyroiditis. Like, it was dying off. And I'm completely changed. Like, I never believed that it wouldn't happen. So things, just because you hear from one person that something can't happen doesn't mean you should listen to that. Sometimes we need to be our own health advocate and go, you know what? I'm not buying that. I don't, people send me links and they go, this is why it's this and this is why it's that. I don't care about that. I care about what I see in people. I care about real people that are doing it. And that's why I'm here, to help people do it. If you think that the medical system is the only way to go and I'm an idiot, you're in the wrong group. And I'm okay with saying that. I want to help people who want to be helped. That's why I'm here. That's why I created this group. I want to help people who understand that this is not a death sentence or something that you've got to just deal with for the rest of your life. want to help people who want to empower themselves, who want to take their health into their own hands, and who want to get some vitality. I'm 44 years old, and when I was 34, I looked 104, and I couldn't do anything. I couldn't play with my kids. I couldn't, I couldn't do all the things that I'm doing today. So don't tell me that it can't be fixed, or things can't get better, or it's okay just to stay on your medication. No, like, you're talking to the wrong person. I'm not gonna just sit back and go, okay, I'm going to tell you my ideas. I'm going to try and educate you. And if that's not up for you, that's okay. I'm okay with that. But I am going to always put forward the benefits of healing, the fact that you can heal, what the truth is about your health condition. I'm not going to sit back and listen to, this other crap that comes out of the medical system, because basically it's a pharmaceutical run system. A lot of the education with doctors comes from pharmaceutical companies, pharmaceutical education. And it's their belief that if they can just pop a pill all the time, then they'll be okay. Popping a pill, good health does not come from a pill. It comes from the choices you make every single day. And if you're going to be shut off to those, I can't help what's going to happen to you in a couple of years. Not saying it will happen to everyone, but I watch it all the time. I watch people get sicker, and I watch people get better. So this is coming from my experience of working with people who have been to doctors for years. That's why they come to me. I wouldn't have a job if the medical system healed or made people feel better with thyroid and autoimmune disease. I wouldn't need to work, because I would have been fixed by them, and I wouldn't have thought any different. I wouldn't have lost faith in them. I wouldn't have thought, I'm going to help people do this just for the sake of it. There's a reason why there are people like me, and it's because we are here to help. When you've been let down by the system, that is why I have come about. So back to the genetics. This is what I wanted to touch on, because your body's not letting you down. Your family tree hasn't let you down. It's your environmental factors, your viral load, your toxicity, everything that you do has had an impact on your life. Every bit of stress. Sometimes stress can just come from something that happened when you're at school and you don't even remember about it. There's lots of different things that happen in your life that contribute to your health today. So this is why we focus on it. So I'm sorry if sometimes I come across in the comments as like, this is the way it is, but I get so frustrated with the medical system that's let people down, that I really just feel like I want to help everybody. And I know not everybody's ready to be helped. Not everybody is open to be helped. But if you are not open to be helping, don't tell me you're a positive person. If you're not open to new information, don't tell me that you're, I get people all the time, I'm a positive person. Then you can feel them yelling at me through the comments. You're not positive if you are so closed off. You are not positive if you are not open to change. You are not positive if you are trying to convince me that there's no end in sight for your health condition. Being positive is, how can I change? How can I help myself? What can I learn? How can I educate myself as much as I possibly can? It's not going to happen in a year either. Your health condition will get better over the years. You will improve in a year. Don't worry about that. You can improve in a matter of weeks. But you have a lifetime of stuff that's happened in your body that you need to unwind. So working through that, it's a joy to me. Like at first, sometimes you're like, if I have to get up and make one more lemon water or celery juice or whatever it is that you're doing sometimes. But then I switch that and I go, you know what? If I don't do this, this is what's going to happen. So drop it in the comments if you are working through this, if you're open to learning, if anything I've said has resonated with you, because for me, this is what I love to do. I love to help people, and I love to make sure that people know the actual truth. I don't feel like, you know, people should be stuck in their illness. I think that they can improve anything, even if it's not thyroid or autoimmune. You might have something else going on, just low energy, you're not sleeping properly. Don't think that it's not going to change. Work towards it changing, and it will. So drop it in the comments if any of this makes sense to you, because it's my passion and I know that I can improve your health in some way, shape or form.